From South Carolina Public Radio, this is Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Braden Gray. Thanks for joining us this week. Today, we're discussing notable liars throughout history.
That's right, Brand. Stay tuned for games about deceitful politicians, celebrities who stretched the truth, and a game pitting real lies against ones we made up. Will you be able to tell which is which?
Oh, one thing that we're not lying about, we'd love you to join us to be a contestant here on Who, What, When. All you got to do is call or text us, 803-470-6347. One more time, that's 803-470-6347. Or you can send us a little email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org. You'll get a shot at the title, the Who, What, When Champion of the Week, which is big.
It's huge.
But you also could potentially take home a very special trophy. You know what I'm talking about. Who, What, When Fanny Pack.
That's exactly right, Brand. That fanny pack is one of a kind. Brand, you excited to talk about famous liars today?
No, I am not.
What? You're not? What do you mean?
I'm lying.
Oh,
of course I'm excited.
You got me.
I just wanted to be on theme for this week's episode.
Of course, you're always on theme, Brand.
Yes,
and we
I
should
am.
say up top that the lies and liars we're discussing this week are all ones that have been exposed in one way or another. They were caught in the act of being untruthful.
That's right. And we're not passing judgment on people who we just think are liars. Like, I think you lie to me all the time, Dan,
What?
but I'm not going to be putting you on blast for that today.
Well, except for saying that just now on the radio. I mean,
Yeah, but we're friends. It's just us. And what I'm saying is we're specifically looking at situations where people were found to be lying.
that's exactly right, Brand. Let's take a big time example from history. Benedict Arnold.
Oh, that traitor from the Revolutionary War. Probably the most famous liar in U.S. history, I think.
Absolutely. Benedict Arnold fought for the American Continental Army through the 1770s and was fairly lauded for his service, eventually rising to the rank of Major General. But Arnold never felt like he really got all of the credit he deserved for his work and complained about being passed over for promotions. At the same time, he had a lot of military and political connections who viewed him as very corrupt, so much so that the Continental Congress ended up investigating him.
Well, I love an investigation. What'd they find?
I mean, for the most part, not much. They didn't charge him with anything major, but they did find that he owed quite a lot of money to people, including to Congress. It was not a great look for him, and he did have the full trust of someone very important. That someone, General George Washington.
Ah, Mr. $1 bill himself.
Yep, Washington actually had so much faith in Benedict Arnold that he put him in charge of a major fort, West Point, which of course is now known as the home of the U.S. Military Academy. It was around the same time that Arnold started to interact with British loyalist sympathizers, eventually marrying a loyalist named Peggy Shippen. Through her, he met a British major named John Andre, who was the head of the British intelligence forces during the war. The three of them negotiated a deal that Arnold would surrender West Point in exchange for a small fortune and safe passage to England.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it did not work out well.
It did not. Arnold became the commander of West Point in July of 1780. In September, just 2 months later, American troops captured Andre, and they found papers detailing the West Point plan. Arnold escaped, joined the British Army, and is now forever known for lying and betraying his country.
And, of course, for playing Sherlock Holmes.
I think you're thinking of Benedict Cumberbatch, not Benedict Arnold.
Okay, close enough, though.
Is it? Should we get to our games?
I think we should. And we have two contestants on the line ready to play with us. Caller one, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Alan A., and I'm from Lexington, South Carolina.
Alan A. from Lexington, South Carolina. Are you excited about this category, Alan? Liars.
Yes, I am.
Good. That's great. Listen, that's great to hear. If you could have easily lied.
I don't know, like specific lies, but I think I'm excited.
You think you're excited? That's as much as we could possibly ask for.
Honestly, that's fair, Alan.
That's more than fair.
I think I'm excited.
Live your truth. You're going up against caller number two. Caller number two, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Savannah. I'm from Pickens, South Carolina.
Savannah from Pickens,
Very
South
good.
Carolina.
Battle of the South Carolina today.
That's exactly right. Savannah, are you excited about taking a quiz about liars?
Yeah, I am. I think I'll do okay in it.
Is it because you know a lot of liars, or like what? Where's that kind of coming from?
Well, I took a philosophy class on lying, right? So we learned a lot about lying there.
Oh, that's
And-
almost an unfair advantage.
And just history in general.
Okay.
So,
All right, Savannah.
I'm a little nervous about the political lies, though.
Okay. All right.
And Savannah, that's where we're going to start today. This first game is all about politicians who were caught fibbing. It's the no spin zone.
I got to be honest, Dan, I'm surprised that you were even able to find enough questions about political lies for this segment.
Brandon, it was tough. It was really tough.
Alan and Savannah, these are multiple choice questions about politicians from across U.S. history who were caught in a lie. You have to tell us which politicians we're talking about.
We're going to start with Alan. Alan, are you ready for the no spin zone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Maybe the most famous presidential liar in modern U.S. history, his adamant stance that he had nothing to do with a break-in of the Watergate complex was undone by his paranoia and subsequent bugging of the White House. Is that A, Warren Harding, B, Lyndon Johnson, or C, Richard Nixon?
C.
C, Richard Nixon is correct.
Listen, that was, some might say that was a fastball right down the middle.
It was a fastball right down the middle. We're going to get it started with some easy early ones,
That's right.
before we hit him with the hard ones. Nixon actually said, his saying was, I'm not a crook.
Yeah.
And he was a crook. So that's impressive.
Yeah.
When you're saying...
When you make your whole thing that you're not a liar, then it turns out you are a liar. That's tough.
Yeah, you bugged yourself.
Yeah.
We caught you on tape. How? Well, it was you.
It was you.
It was
the
your
whole
tape.
time.
All right, Savannah, here's your question here in the no spin zone. While campaigning for his record third consecutive term in office, this New Deal president promised that your boys aren't going to be sent into any foreign wars, only to orchestrate the largest movement of U.S. troops into a foreign war in the history of our country.
Yeah, that's tough.
When our nation officially joined the Allied powers in World War II. Is that A, Harry Truman, B, Franklin Roosevelt, C, Herbert Hoover?
I do know this one. It's B, Franklin Roosevelt.
It's B, Franklin Roosevelt. He was a liar. He was just a lying liar.
That's a tough one.
So there was a huge isolationist population in our country who didn't want to go to war. They also, most of them were anti-Semitic. And for the election, to win the election, he said that knowing he was going to lie. So he lied literally on purpose, not because he didn't want to get caught, but because he just needed to win so he could go into the war.
Yeah. Have we really maybe he said your boys are going to maybe again let's look into it just a little bit more.
Yeah. Technically, the war started. It was in Pearl Harbor, which was on our soil. He did send millions of troops to Germany, though, and France. So there's that. All right, it's a tie ball game. Alan, your next question here in the no spin zone: political liars. Here we go. After years of investigation of this then governor of Illinois, it was revealed in late 2008 that federal investigators had tapped his phone and found that he tried to sell Barack Obama's vacated Senate seat because he was allowed to appoint a replacement, originally denying the claim. He was eventually caught and removed from office. Is that A, Rob Blagojevich, B, Pat Quinn, C, Otto Kerner?
I was very little when during the Obama administration, so I don't know any of these names, but B sounds right. I don't know.
He was very young during the Obama administration.
Are you just going with B, Pat Quinn, just based on vibes? What are we doing here?
Pat Quinn, I don't know. Pat Quinn just seems like a
Sounds like a liar.
2008 to 2016 kind of political name.
Yeah.
I love that.
Blagojevich sounds a bit too made up. I don't know.
Blagojevich does sound made up. Pat Quinn was a governor of Illinois, but not the governor in this situation. In 2010,
that was a roller coaster for Alan.
incorrect. In 2010, the state of Illinois impeached and kicked out Governor Rob Blagojevich from office, an all-timer name. And if you heard him talk, he sounded like a mobster. It was great. Yeah, it was great.
I got some stuff to sell. I got some ducks. I got a Senate seat.
Yeah,
whatever you need. I got it for you.
That's right. It's in the trunk of my car. Fell off the back of a truck somewhere. All right, Savannah, a chance to take an early lead here in the Liars episode of Who, What, When. Here's your next question in the No Spin Zone. In 1898, the U.S. entered the Spanish-American War under the rallying cry, "Remember the Maine, to hell with Spain." This cry stemmed from the assertion of this then soon-to-be assassinated Republican president that the Spanish had bombed the USS Maine in the Havana harbor, an assertion that wasn't true at all. Is that A, Benjamin Harrison, B, Teddy Roosevelt, or C, William McKinley?
Well, I know McKinley was assassinated, and you didn't say Lincoln, so I'm going to go with C, William McKinley.
Use the assassination clue to get the answer correct. It is William McKinley.
Wow.
That is correct. Nice pull there, Savannah, and you've taken an early lead.
Very well done.
Alan, your next question here in the No Spin Zone. This South Carolina governor made national headlines in the summer of 2009 after mysteriously disappearing for 5 days, returning claiming he'd been hiking the Appalachian Trail, when in fact he was visiting his mistress in Argentina.
Oh, no!
A. David Beasley, B. Jim Hodges, C. Mark Sanford.
Okay, so this is 2008?
2009.
You're a year
older, a year wiser.
That's right.
9. Sanford?
Sanford is his answer. Sanford is correct.
How about that, Alan?
Shout out.
Sometimes you just disappear for 5 days.
You were hiking the trail. He was hiking the trail.
Dude, just check in on someone.
All right, Savannah, it's tied. We're back to you. Talking about political liars here on Who, What, When. Here's your next question. In the wake of 9/11, this Republican president pushed for a war with Iraq. When asked about their ties to the attacks on the World Trade Center, he claimed there was concrete evidence that Iraq had connections to the terrorists as well as weapons of mass destruction, a statement that is still a hot topic of debate to this day. Was that A, Al Gore, B, George W. Bush, or C, Bill Clinton?
That was B, George W. Bush.
B, George W. Bush is correct. Savannah's on a roll.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, nothing else. Just yeah.
Well, I just, this is a tough one over here, George W. It's a tough one.
The intel was bad.
The intel was bad.
The intel was bad, George.
Zero
That's right.
spin.
No spin here. Alan, a chance to tie this thing back up. Your next question here in the No Spin Zone. This president's lies under oath led to only the second official impeachment in the history of our country. He was acquitted by the Senate and remained president for 2 more years. A, Bill Clinton, B, Richard Nixon, C, Jimmy Carter.
Was Jimmy Carter impeached? Okay, so second impeachment.
Yes.
Bill Clinton, that was like the 90s.
Uh-huh.
But like, I'm thinking, is Clinton?
He's going with Clinton. He talked it through. Yeah. Clinton is correct.
Oh!
Jimmy Carter not impeached.
There you go.
Neither was Richard Nixon, BT Dubs. The only one of those choices that was impeached, Bill Clinton.
There you go. Good job,
That's
Alan.
exactly right. Second all time after Andrew Johnson. That's exactly right. It's a tie ball game once again. We're talking about political liars here on Who, What, When in the No Spin Zone. Savannah, your next question. This appointed president that was never elected as president or vice president said during a televised debate that there was no Soviet domination of Eastern Europe. Debate moderators gave him the opportunity to retract his statement, but he doubled down instead, and his campaign never fully recovered. A, Gerald Ford, B, George H.W. Bush, or C, JFK?
I'm not 100%, but I do want to say that it was Gerald Ford. I'm thinking him and Jimmy Carter, maybe.
Okay.
She's not 100%, but she called the name correctly and the guy he was debating against. Pretty sure to me.
Sounds like 100% to me.
Savannah, you are correct.
How about that?
Correct. What a pull there. What a pull.
Yeah. Listen, this is a good lesson to be learned here. It's always okay to just be like, you know what, I goofed. You don't have to double down on your lie.
You don't have to double down.
You don't
just
have
be like,
to.
I didn't really read it. I didn't know. It's fine. All right, Alan, your last question here in the No Spin Zone. This one-term president in the 1840s was known as the dark horse candidate. When in office, he claimed that Mexico had invaded U.S. territory, which gave him the right to begin the Mexican War, which was a successful strategy of his presidency, but a complete lie nonetheless. Alan, is that A, William Henry Harrison, B, James Polk, C, Zachary Taylor?
Alan, how old were you in 1840? That's a joke, Alan.
I don't know, like negative 150 maybe.
There you go.
Alan born in 1990 by that math. So
Wait, no, not 90. Negative 160.
There we go. 2000. Y2K, baby. All right, Alan. William Henry Harrison, James Polk, Zachary Taylor. What are you thinking?
Polk sounds like a fake name. Harrison, I don't know about Harrison. And then what was the last one?
Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor. I feel like I definitely have seen that name when I was flipping through my APUSH textbook. So I feel like Taylor seems like the most big name. I'll go with Taylor.
Alan is someone that taught APUSH for a long time, and hearing that you took it, you need to know all three of these are real presidents. You need to know that.
I just started it. We're barely into first semester.
Oh, you're in first semester of APUSH right now. Then you're going to find out the dark horse candidate was James Polk. Good luck on that DBQ. If you need any pointers, you just reach out. They'll forward me the email and I'll help you out. James Polk, the dark horse candidate. That's who we were looking for. Incorrect. Savannah, you got a chance to take a commanding lead here in our first game. But the last question of that game, all about political liars. Are you ready?
Yes.
This North Carolina senator challenged Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama for the Democratic nomination in 2008, at the time calling rumors of his extramarital affairs as tabloid trash. But it turns out the National Enquirer, which originally reported the story, was right, with the politician finally admitting his involvement just months before the election. Is that A, Jesse Helms, B, John Edwards, C, John Huntsman?
Oh, wow. The only name that sounds familiar to me, and especially during that time frame, 2008, is John Edwards. So I'm going to go with John Edwards.
She's going to go with John Edwards, and she's completed a perfect round.
Wow.
That is correct. What a pull by Savannah.
This is Who I Win. I'm Brandon Gray here with my co-host, Daniel Thompson. We're talking about famous liars this week.
And we're having so much fun with our contestants, Savannah and Alan.
And that's no lie.
You said it, Brand. They're both from South Carolina and off to a strong start. We'll see how they do with our next game about celebrity fibbers.
That's coming up right after this break here on Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my good buddy Brandon Gray. This week we have games about famous liars in history.
And before we get back to our games, we want to remind you that you can be a contestant on a future episode of Who What When. All you got to do is call or text us, 803-470-6347. Or if you'd rather, you can send us an email, whowhatwin@scpublicradio.org.
We have two South Carolinians, Alan and Savannah, playing with us today. Whoever wins this second round will be named our Who What Win Champion of the Week, and we'll move on to our final game for a chance at a Who What Win fanny pack. The stakes are huge. We'll have to see who makes it through our next game about celebrity fibbers. It's a game we're calling Pretty Little Liars.
Savannah and Alan, these are multiple choice questions about lies concocted by famous names. Tell us which celebrities stretch the truth, and you'll get yourself a point.
Alan, we're going to start with you. Are you ready for Pretty Little Liars?
Yes.
Yes, you are. Here we go. During the 2016 Summer Olympics in Brazil, this American swimmer claimed to have been robbed at gunpoint in Rio de Janeiro. The Rio police denied the event ever occurred. Later, the swimmer admitted that he'd exaggerated the story, specifically the part about the robber and the gun aimed at his forehead.
Mainly all of it.
He went on to win a gold medal in the 4x200 relay. Is that A, Michael Phelps, B, Ryan Lochte, or C, Mark Spitz?
Phelps, I've definitely heard that name, but Phelps, I feel like he's portrayed in a good light now. So
right.
Spitz sounds like a very cartoonishly evil name. So I want to go with Lochte. Sounds less.
He's going to go with Lochte by process of elimination, and he got it. Lochte is correct. What a pull.
You know what? Inject every Ryan Lochte interview into my veins. Must watch TV.
He's a bit of a meathead.
Love it.
And shout out to Mark Spitz.
Shout out.
The Spitz was America's original great swimmer. He was Phelps before Phelps.
Spitz.
Shout out to the Spitz. That's exactly right. All right, Savannah, the pressure's on. Your first question here on Pretty Little Liars. Here it comes. This American yoga instructor, entrepreneur, and podcaster, married to one of the stars of 30 Rock and The Hunt for Red October, spoke with a Spanish accent for years. Are you okay?
Man, that's just bringing back a lot of fun memories.
Claims she brought in a bit of my culture when wearing a Spanish veil at her wedding, and even referenced herself as Latina. Turns out she's Boston born and bred and is of Western European descent. Is that A, Hilaria Baldwin, B, Sally Connery, or C, Sabrina Morgan?
I do know this one because she's on Dancing with the Stars now, so all of the clips of it have been circulating again. It's A, Hilaria Baldwin.
Hilaria Baldwin is correct. Savannah, that is correct.
How about
Putting
that?
the pressure on Alan, who's studying early A-push right now.
That's right. And I've always
gonna help
said,
him
if you
here.
want to do your research ahead of Who It Win, watch Dancing with the Stars, and you will know everything you need to know to do well
You
on this.
said it. All right, Alan, your question here on Pretty Little Liars, a little celebrity
What was
game
that?
show. I'm just doing stuff. Here we go. This singer and sister to other popular singer at the time had a moment in the early 2000s. So much so that she was asked to be the musical guest on SNL. When a vocal track didn't match her performance, everyone immediately knew she was lip syncing her performance, and she silly danced off stage
Little
right.
hoedown.
Is that A, Jamie Lynn Spears, B, Haley Duff, or C, Ashley Simpson?
Okay, I am a big SNL fan.
Great. It's a good start.
Oh wait, I think I've seen I've seen something on Instagram Reels before. This is Ashley Simpson, right?
He's seen it on Instagram Reels. That's what I thought the clue would be. He's got it. It's
How
Ashley
about
Simpson.
that?
Ashley Simpson, The Pieces of Me.
And how about that? Alan knows SNL, which is filmed where, Alan?
30 Rock. They
There
have
you
like,
go,
30 Rock
Alan.
here, right?
How you like me
This
now?
year.
That's exactly right. 50th.
I love
you got
SNL.
it. All right. He loves shout out to SNL.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Savannah.
Shout out, Lauren.
The pressure is being put on you here to keep that lead in Perfect Game intact. Here's your next question here on Pretty Little Liars. Here
So
we
you're
go.
going to do it every time?
We'll
or-
see. We'll see what happens. Let me tell you something, brother. This future star of professional wrestling really stepped in it big time when, in his autobiography, he claimed that Elvis Presley was a fan of his and had come to his matches, when in reality, the King died 2 years before this guy's career even started. Is that A, Randy Savage, B, Jim Duggan, or C, Hulk Hogan?
So I've never heard of this lie, but I think it's really funny. And you said brother, so I'm going to go with C, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah, she got it right. It's Hulk Hogan, not Randy Savage.
I've never heard this lie either. That's
Dude,
really
his
funny.
His autobiography's full of lies.
Sure.
But this one's that's a hefty boy.
That's a hefty
He
boy.
also, in his, the other one in there was, I believe he said he played bass for Metallica,
It's fantastic.
which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But this lie's a classic, and Savannah is
Did his
correct.
publisher not try to fact check it?
Hulkamania. She was like, well, that makes sense.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Hulkamania.
Who, I want to know the first person to put it together reading the book going, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's right. All right, Savannah, your perfect game continues. Alan, to keep pace with Savannah, your next question here on Pretty Little Liars.
Boo.
I know, I'm sorry. Everyone may have gotten a Microsoft Surface laptop under their chairs, but that didn't exactly mean it was one of this mega mogul's favorite things, especially since her tweets raving about the device and claiming she'd bought a dozen of them was posted from her iPad. Is that A, Selena Gomez, B, Oprah Winfrey, or C, Julia Koch?
What? Okay, Oprah Winfrey. No. Well, I don't know about Oprah Winfrey. Julia Koch, I don't know who that is. Selena Gomez. I'll go with Selena Gomez. I don't think Oprah seems like she would take that. Like she would do that.
I don't think she'd do that.
I'll go Selena Gomez.
The thing about Oprah, Alan, is she did it. But also, yeah, before maybe you were born, she was big for putting stuff under people's chairs in her audience as a like, look under your chair, you've got a Microsoft Surface. And she has a list of her favorite things every year.
Yeah, and that was a tough thing that Twitter did, where they would say the device, what the device was that the post came from, really got her in a
Which,
sticky wicket
to be
there.
fair, I don't know if that's a lie as much as catching her.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the fact that maybe she didn't love the Surface. I don't know, but like it was definitely a thing.
Didn't look great.
Didn't look great. All right, Savannah, you got a chance to put this thing away with a couple more right answers. So your next clue, we're talking about celebrity liars right now. This famous St. Louis-born R&B star was born Solana Imani Rowe, before adapting this stage name. She also claimed to have an Ivy League education in marine biology, when in actuality she had 2 semesters at Delaware State under her belt before dropping out. None of that stopped her from starring opposite Keke Palmer in the 2024 comedy One of Them Days. Is that A, SZA, B, XTC, or C, INXS?
I get so tickled whenever I remember SZA's Web of Lies because they're just so ridiculous. So the answer is A, SZA.
Tell you what, say what you will about Savannah. It seems as though, at least from Gerald Ford to present day,
SZA.
she knows everything.
Yeah.
SZA is correct.
Yeah,
Savannah.
and you know what? Let SZA cook. SZA can do no wrong.
That's right.
In my eyes.
SZA was great in One of Them Days.
Was great in One of Them Days.
Hilaria Baldwin walked so SZA could run. I've said it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this Microsoft service that I wrote all these on. I
That's
want to
exactly
be that
right.
clear right away. Very clear. I wrote this on a Microsoft service and I love it.
We love the Surface.
Alan, we're pretty much in gotta get it right territory. Let's see if we can help you out here with a clue that's maybe from when you were born. Before being the voice of sometimes indiscernible positivity on American Idol, this pop star apparently straight up lied about being involved in a plane crash in the 90s, as there are 0 reports of any crashes that line up chronologically with her story, nor with the description she gave. Is that A, Annie Lennox, B, Pat Benatar, or C, Paula Abdul?
About a plane crashing?
About her being in a plane crash.
As someone who isn't a very big music person, the first 2 I just don't even know, so I don't know if they're pop stars. Paula Abdul sounds familiar, and I guess that's like, a star thing. So I'll go with Paula Abdul.
For a guy that doesn't have many years on this planet, he's done a great job walking through these questions and getting some correct answers. Paula Abdul is correct, Alan. Straight up correct.
Wow.
You said it. Excellent job, Alan. You're in the game. Savannah, back to you.
Perfect game.
Perfect game.
Perfect
going
game
for Savannah.
continued.
That's right. Exactly. Here we go. When promoting his new movie, Water for Elephants, this Twilight megastar told Matt Lauer that his first experience going to the circus ended in the death of a clown. That the clown's little car exploded. The joke car exploded on him. And his parents had to take him out. Everyone ran out terrified. Lauer asked him to clarify, and he stood by his story. A few weeks later, he admitted he'd made the whole thing up. Maybe we should have all been Team Jacob? Is that A, Robert Pattinson, B, Taylor Lautner, or C, Kellen Lutz?
That's A, Robert Pattinson.
It is
Sure
A,
is.
R, Pats. That's right. This is my favorite lie. Pattinson, who just got anxiety and was like, I need a funny answer, just decided to make it up.
A thing he'll still do from time to time in interviews is just make up stories.
That's right.
Because he's bored on the press circuit.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that about
Yes.
Bobby P.
But at this point, that wasn't
his bit at the time.
It wasn't his bit.
Yeah.
It was a real lie that really happened.
I love
All right, Alan, back to you. 2 questions left. Talking celebrity liars. Here's your next one. This actor was a megastar as a child, getting a clue on Disney, working with her twin to keep her parents together, or even body switching with her mom to learn valuable lessons. But when she got into some legal trouble as a young adult, she claimed during court-assigned community service that she was required to handle the body bag of recently deceased pop star Whitney Houston, which she 100% did not do. Is that A, Hilary Duff, B, Demi Lovato, or C, Lindsay Lohan?
Okay, so Disney Channel, body bag. Those are very different things.
They are different, yes.
I'm kind of stumped because I wasn't a big Disney Channel person, the Disney Channel kid.
You're a Nickelodeon kid,
And
huh?
I definitely would not have heard as a kid about body bags. You know what? You know how on tests, sometimes you just don't know the answer and you go with C. I'll go with C.
He's going with C because he doesn't know the answer. And once again, Alan has pulled it.
Unbelievable.
Lindsay Lohan is correct. This is one of our
Unbelievable.
darker lies.
It
Did
is
you know about this?
I
Ben?
did not know about this lie. That's tough. That's tough,
That's
Lindsay.
a tough time to lie.
But you know what? I
Linz.
am still all in on the Lohanessance, and I will continue to be.
All right, Savannah, to complete your perfect game through the first
By
two
the
rounds.
way, this has been such a fascinating game.
Yeah.
We've got Savannah with the perfect game. We have Alan, who has gotten
Might be 16 years old.
getting
Yes.
a lot right. We've been so captivated by this game that we have not sounded the perfect game alarm
it
by
isn't a
Savannah.
perfect game.
By Savannah, it is.
I mean, I guess we're far enough in this to sound the perfect game horn.
I think.
We've got to get that looked at. We have to. There's no way around it. Savannah, to complete the perfect game, we sounded the horn. No pressure. Here we go. In a home tour with Architectural Digest, this child of Meg Ryan and Don Johnson and the star of 50 Shades of Grey showed off a bowl of limes in her kitchen, raving about how much she loved limes. The clip went viral. Jimmy Fallon asked her about it on his show, and she admitted that the set decorators had added the bowl of limes, and she's actually very allergic to them. Is that A, Dakota Fanning, B, Dakota Johnson, C, Dakota Cruz?
I think it's B, Dakota Johnson.
Think it's B, Dakota Johnson, and the perfect game has been had.
Wow!
Congratulations, Savannah Allen, our first high schooler on the show. A valiant effort with great knowledge and great guessing. You came up a little short, but you should be nothing but proud about your performance this week on Who What When. Nice work.
Thank you.
That was Alan, everybody. Alan, what class you got to get to?
Yeah, what class did you skip to do this?
AP French.
Right on, brother.
The teacher was very chill.
Oh, the teacher was very chill.
Yeah.
Adieu. That's right. And play it for your A-Push teacher.
Yeah, they'll
that'll be a
love it.
fun time.
They'll love it.
Great.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Thanks, Alan. This is Who What When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my friend Daniel Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode about notable liars throughout history.
Our contestant, Savannah from South Carolina, is our Who What When Champion of the Week and is just one game away from taking home our weekly trophy, the Who What When Fanny Pack. Will she pull it off? We'll find out after this break.
That and more here on Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What When, South Carolina Public Radio's hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson, here with my co-host and best bud, Brandon Gray. This week, we're covering famous liars in history.
Our contestant Savannah is heading into our final game with a chance to take home the weekly prize, the Who What When Fanny Pack. She'll show us what she's got in just a few minutes, Dan. But first, we want to welcome in our producer, A.T. Shire, on the program.
Oh, he's mic'd up. Hey, AT.
A.T.
Hello, guys. Yes, I am mic'd. I'm here in the flesh.
Wow.
I'd say it wasn't good to see you, but of course I'd be lying.
You can't lie to us.
He gets it.
I know we're excited to see if Savannah takes home the fanny pack.
I know I am.
But I wanted to take a little time to flip the script on you guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We've seen how well our contestants have done telling fact from fiction. Now it's time to put you in the hot seat with a game I'm calling Lie Detector.
Uh-oh.
Here's how this will work. For each question, I have two facts, quote unquote, that are almost too strange to believe, but only one of the two is real. You'll work together to tell me which fact is true and which fact, air quotes, is a lie.
That sounds like a blast, AT. I know you're really into it, so let's do it.
Yeah,
let's
okay.
do it.
It sort of is just one fact, one lie.
Sure.
Two
Yes,
facts.
yes, one
two
truth and a lie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Can
yeah.
you figure it out? We'll see.
So here we go, fellas. And tell me if this is a little too crazy to believe, okay?
right.
All right.
All right, here are your first two options. You can see the Great Wall of China from space, or Australia is wider than the moon. Which is true, which is false? Talk it out.
I feel like it's pretty known you can see the Great Wall of China.
I think so
from outer
too,
space.
and it seems insane to me that Australia would be bigger than the
There's
moon.
no worlds.
It
The
could
moon
he?
is a-
Could that be what? You know what?
Let's go
not
down the
overthink
middle
it.
this time. Let's do
This
it
is
normal. And if we get it wrong, then we'll know he's
an
up
easy,
to no
yeah,
good.
an
That's
easy
right.
one though to start. I
Great
feel
Wall
like.
of China, AT.
You're saying that one is a lie.
Oh, my bad. Australia's wider than the moon is the lie.
Okay, the lie is the Great Wall of China.
Unbelievable.
This is a false fact, likely developed as an attempt to convey the grand scale of the wall. From low space at 180 miles high, the Great Wall is not the only visible object. Many things are visible. Like, that's barely space, you know? When you're really actually in space, it's not distinguishable at all. Australia is 4,000 kilometers wide. The moon, 3,400
100
kilometers.
kilometers wide.
I don't think that's true.
This is
It's not right. It's gross. It's gross
I think
to hear.
we've been underestimating Australia's size on every American map for years now. I think that's the only way we can possibly make
We'll
this
give them
make
a good
sense.
day. A good day to them.
Good day.
Okay, next up, your two options. Which is true, which is false? Pigeons can tell the difference between Picasso and Monet. Or goldfish have a 3-second memory.
Okay, so remember last time when we thought we knew it?
But I know that goldfish have such a small memory.
But what if it's like it was last time? It's a false.
There is
false
no
fact.
world where pigeons can tell the difference. He didn't say between art. He said between two
Very specific artists.
specific artists.
I don't
Famous.
know. I kind of want to go goldfish here, just to.
I have to go pigeons.
Okay, I'll go goldfish.
I'm going to go pigeons as a lie.
Oh, I'm glad a split decision
Yeah.
here. The lie is goldfish.
Unbelievable.
Scientists believe goldfish have months-long memories.
Oh my goodness.
How about that?
All right.
In
Okay.
1995, a study shows that pigeons can differentiate between Picasso and Monet.
That's BS. I don't care. I don't care. No
You have
way.
to be trained though, right? It's not like all pigeons are born with this.
Ooh, I like the
they have an
expressionism
eye.
there.
Yeah, they have a great eye. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, next up. Which is true, which is false? William Howard Taft, the 27th president, once got stuck in the White House bathtub. He's a famously large man. Or Queen Elizabeth II was a trained mechanic.
Now, Dan, you former history teacher,
Yeah, I know this
notoriously,
one.
I
Yeah.
feel like you would know whether or not the Taft thing. It is something that I have heard, which makes I've played this game now 3 questions in, would make me think that it's not true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Taft thing, he built another bathtub in the
be more
White House to
comfortable.
be more comfortable.
Right? Not that he got stuck.
But I know it was a rumor for a while.
yes,
I'm going to go with the lie is Taft.
I'm going to go with that as well.
You guys are correct on this one, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Taft is known to have bathed in a supersized 7-foot-long
There we
tub
go.
in the
Yeah,
White
they
House.
built a
Shout
bigger
out.
tub. Yes.
But Queen Elizabeth, when she was 16, she joined the British Employment Agency at the Labor Exchange and learned the basics of truck repair.
Yeah.
Wow,
Fun.
Yeah.
great.
Wow.
Out there doing it.
Fun.
Oh wow.
Okay, next up. Einstein failed math, or the Pope cannot be an organ donor.
Whoa.
So Einstein failed math is such a broad statement.
Right.
He clearly didn't fail all of math.
We've all heard this though,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. But also the idea that because the Pope is in the belief of Catholicism, he's not Christ, but he's the guy that gets the information to give you.
I believe at some point, Einstein was too bored in class that it's possible that he failed a math class. That
I do
would
believe
make
that,
sense.
But I also believe that Einstein didn't know how to drive to his house. Gosh, this is a tough
the
one.
Pope thing makes sense to me. I could see the folks there being like, "Hey, that goes against what we stand for." As
I've
far
never
as
been on the other side of this, like where I'm not good at this game. I'm just not good at it.
yeah. I'm gonna go with.
I'm going to go with the Pope's a lie.
I think I'm also gonna go with the Pope's a lie.
The Pope is true.
Wow. Yeah,
there it is.
All popes' bodies belong to the Vatican when they die, which means no organ donation is allowed. The lie is Einstein failed math. He failed an entrance exam for school one time, but clearly excelled in math.
Yes, of course. He's a math guy.
He's a math guy.
He's a math
he
guy.
is the math guy. E equals MC squared, okay?
Have you heard about it?
First I'm hearing.
Okay.
Okay, next up. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth, or you should never wake sleepwalkers.
That's just medical advice, right? That's not a fact.
Okay, I got to be honest. I can't imagine a world where chainsaws are welcomed into the childbirth room, much less made for it. But I've played this game for a little while now.
Yeah, I'm a vet now.
Never wake up a sleepwalker sounds like
We've all heard it.
It's something that like, hey, if you ever don't do that,
Don't
don't
do it.
wake them up. I think most likely, like they might punch you, but probably everything's gonna be fine.
Don't wake up to sleepwalkers. The lie. We're imagining a giant chainsaw. That's what we're imagining because of the way he read the question.
Yeah.
It was a very small. Before they had precision
Cute
instruments.
one. It was cute.
It was a smaller one.
like a little
the,
handheld.
The lie is the sleepwalker one.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You should totally wake up sleepwalkers. It's much more dangerous for them to be sleepwalking.
Right.
Okay. This is more of a PSA than anything.
Yeah, but tell me the history on those chainsaws. You got those?
Chainsaws were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphysiotomy and the removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth. So you guys got that one very
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Next
We're
up-
onto your game.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, I think. Next up, chameleons change color to match their surroundings. Or rats have the ability to laugh.
Okay, I hate this game because this is ridiculous.
My
Once
gosh.
again, we've all heard about chameleons.
I thought that was a scientific fact, but the wording is very
Yes.
interesting there. I don't think chameleons can change to like a magenta or a
Right.
purple or all of them. I think they can
it-
change shades.
It is a defense mechanism,
Yes.
though. Like, that's a fact.
But colors, I think their skin can utilize
Yeah.
how the sun hits it.
Sure,
If
rats
they're in
can
a
laugh.
dark room, if they're in a dark room, they can't do that. Rats can laugh.
Rats can
though?
laugh.
I feel like you've been on the chameleons a lot. You've been overlooking rats can laugh.
Yeah, that's
Rats
true.
can laugh. Why not?
I'm gonna go chameleons is the lie.
I'm going to do the same thing.
You guys are correct.
Yeah,
right.
Tell
The
me about
main
this.
reason chameleons change their appearance and color is to regulate their temperature.
Oh.
They cannot create their own body heat, or it's a signal to other chameleons. Rats do laugh. Animal behavior researchers have noted high frequency of laughter coming from rats who were tickled.
So we have all kinds of problems. Look, I'm not. There's somebody somewhere tickling rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For
Cool.
science.
For science.
Behavioral
But now we
science.
know, That's
Okay.
another thing that we do know.
Next up, eating garlic keeps mosquitoes away, or the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
Okay.
All right. There's a lot here.
Yes. I'm 99% sure that the unicorn thing is true.
I am with you on that.
I feel like it was a fun fact that I learned at some point that isn't like hey, you know this, right? It was, it's like you won't,
like, yes,
a fun fact that you can pull out at a party because unicorns notoriously not real.
I eat garlic all the time,
Yes.
and mosquitoes tear me up.
Yeah.
This
We're
is
in South
personal
Carolina.
experience.
It's personal.
I'm
So,
gonna go garlic.
Garlic is the lie.
The lie is garlic. And this is also a myth that I had not heard. But a 2005 study investigated the claim and found that participants were bitten just as much having eaten garlic.
That was 20 years ago. I'd like an updated study,
yeah.
please.
Thank you.
Is it peer reviewed?
The unicorn thing, totally true. It was apparently chosen because of its connections with dominance, chivalry, as well as purity and innocence in Celtic mythology. And also, second time on the list for Scotland, chainsaws and unicorns.
All right. Shout out
Shout out
Scotland.
Scotland.
Shout out.
That's right. Okay, next. The office chair is believed to have been invented by Charles Darwin. Or flushing the toilet changes directions depending on which hemisphere you're in.
Oh my goodness.
The toilet thing is not true.
I've heard about that.
It's not true.
But that's such a layup that
Yeah.
we know it's not true.
No, and I'm also 99% sure another fun fact that I've heard is the thing about Charles Darwin.
Really?
I've never heard Darwin
Yeah.
did anything in the office chair industry.
yeah.
I hadn't either. I thought maybe it was Noel or
But
something.
based on the fact that it's common knowledge that people say that the toilet,
Right.
the water in the toilet bowl swirl the opposite
Yeah.
way, I'm going to say that's a lie.
Me too.
Correct. Yes, this is just a misunderstanding of the Coriolis effect, which does not
Right.
work
Yeah.
in toilets.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you and I were going to say Coriolis effect.
right,
We didn't
we
want
didn't
to be.
wanna-
We didn't
Yeah,
sound like
you were
smarty
leaving
pants.
that for me,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
get
of course.
that. Darwin, the scientist had the idea to attach wheels to his chair so he could move around between his many tables. Noted table lover.
The table
He
guy,
does
that
love
Darwin.
tables.
This guy loves
Goes
tables.
hand in
he
hand with
loves
his
tables,
chair,
like we
though.
love
So he wanted to
tables.
zip
Yeah.
zap around those labs,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I do too.
Okay, next up, Romans had a vomitorium for bacchanalia parties. Or the Eiffel Tower was originally intended for Barcelona.
Wow. Give me that first one.
You've never heard this?
Give me the first one more time.
I remember being a kid and hearing this word for the first time. Okay, Romans had a vomitorium for bacchanalia parties, which are excessive drinking,
Right.
days-long rippers.
Vomitorium is
For what you think, do they use it to vomitor in it?
right.
So this is tough. I'm not a huge ancient history guy. I do remember hearing the vomit story.
The first time you heard that in, I would say, 6th grade, 7th grade as a boy, you love it.
Yeah. But the Eiffel Tower being meant for Rome, I don't even
Barcelona.
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 Barcelona is that we say? You're Barcelona.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the
I think because I've heard the other story, I'm going to say it's a lie. The
that's tough.
vomit one's a lie,
Isn't that weird? We've heard it more.
but it's a lie.
Must be a lie.
Yeah.
And you are true. That's correct.
I'm true. I'm true.
You
You're
are true.
We're all true.
Believe it or not, the vomitorium refers to the entrance to a stadium in Rome. Every stadium in Rome, they got a vomitorium.
Wow. And tell me about the Eiffel Tower, because I'm actually very interested.
So it was meant for Barcelona. The Spanish city thought it was too ugly.
Whoa.
So Gustave Eiffel pitched it to Paris instead. He pivoted. It was second choice. French critics weren't too thrilled either, but it's one of the most famous landmarks in
Yeah,
the world
worked
today.
out for France, I'd
Yeah,
say.
big time.
How about that?
All right, next up. All clownfish are born male, or we swallow 8 spiders a year while we sleep.
All right.
This one is, I think, the most classic one we've heard.
Yes.
So I think I know this one. So I want to hear. In fact, I know this one.
You think so?
Yes, I know.
I mean, my biggest concern is, like, I've heard the spider thing. My biggest concern is that it's like more, and that's what makes it.
Brandon's scared of spiders.
That's what makes it.
Spiders and snakes, get them away from Brandon.
The clownfish thing's interesting because,
You big Nemo guy.
well, yes, but also like just general understanding of how things are made.
That's a great show.
Clownfish come together. You'd think they'd create
Copulate,
clownfish, and you would think you would need a female
Correct.
clownfish to give birth to.
Classically, yes.
This is a general understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Female would give birth.
This is great stuff, Brandon.
And
Yeah.
so
Wait till I tell you about seahorses, bro.
I'm in.
yeah. It's going to blow your mind.
I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by this one. I'm going to go with spiders is fake.
Spiders is fake for sure, 100% like
Spiders is fake. This
Yeah.
one was pretty much a layup. They usually don't crawl into beds at night because there's no prey there. You probably swallow 0 spiders a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
Great
God.
news for
probably.
Brand.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I'm okay with one.
Plus or
one
minus
sneaks
one?
in there. Mm-hmm.
It's within, yeah, okay, that's good.
Bound to happen.
Clownfish, they can become female later in life, but they are all born male.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And in seahorses, the males have the babies.
Okay, moving on. Last one.
Yes.
You should never touch baby birds or they'll be rejected by their mother. Or the Atlantic Ocean is saltier than the Pacific Ocean.
Man, file under I don't care on the second one, but the first one, I've heard that my whole life, and that means it has to be false.
Well, I'll just say this. I was watching an old season of Survivor recently.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Cowboy,
As you do,
climbed up to see if there were eggs in a nest.
And Cowboy was a contestant.
Cowboy was a contestant.
Okay.
And
Good
Cowboy went to go see if there were eggs in the nest, accidentally hits the nest, falls down, baby bird's in it.
Oh, God.
They have to then save the
Cowboy,
baby.
no.
I know. They have to then save the baby bird, put it back in the nest. Cowboy climbs it back up there, and the mother takes it cares for the baby.
So,
Based
via Survivor.
Via Survivor and Cowboy, I'm going to say that one is a lie.
that is correct. You're both right.
Yeah.
And it says all that in your research?
of course, cowboy.
Most birds have a very limited sense of smell, so mama birds aren't sniffing their babies and being like,
Right.
"Oh, a human touched you." So that's not a thing. And due to freshwater rivers emptying into the Pacific and extra rainfall in the area, the salinity is lower than the Atlantic.
that?
Strange, right?
Crazy.
Well, guys, thank you for having me for that crazy
It
quiz.
was wild,
That's
AT.
nuts.
You love to quiz. I know.
I lived a quiz,
That's
folks.
right.
Let's
Yeah.
go see if Savannah can seal this deal, okay?
Let's do it.
You're listening to Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia from South Carolina Public Radio. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my co-host and good buddy Brandon Gray. We're discussing famous liars this week.
Sure are, Dan. And before we get to our final round, we want to remind you that you can be a future contestant on an episode of Who, What, When.
And you should.
We'd
Yeah.
love to have you. All you got to do is call or text us 803-470-6347, or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
Our contestant Savannah from South Carolina won our first 2 rounds and is
Yay.
officially now the Who, What, When champion of the week.
Incredible.
But there's more. She now has a shot at the weekly trophy, that sweet, sweet Who, What, When fanny pack. In order to do that, she'll need to beat our last game today, one we're calling Lie or Liar.
Savannah, I know that sounds like this game could be about the 1997 Jim Carrey movie Liar Liar, but that's not right at all. This is lie or liar. For each question, we'll tell you a story that is either about a real lie someone told or the story has been completely made up by Dan. If it's a true story about a lie that someone said, you tell us lie. Okay? If it's a fake story, you called Dan a liar. It's clear as crystal,
Clear
Dan.
as crystal. There's no way this could be confusing. Savannah, you got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
I love it.
100%.
There's 8 of these. I'm going to say she needs 5 for the fanny.
5 for Fanny.
5 for the fanny. Here we go. These are tough. You get all these right, it'll be maybe the best perfect game in the history of our show because these are tough. In 1980, IBM needed an operating system to service their goal of building computer machines. A young, struggling entrepreneur named Bill Gates told IBM he had the perfect operating system to implement. He actually had nothing. IBM signed a non-exclusive deal with him anyway, and Gates, with the help of Tim Patterson, created the MS-DOS system for the IBM PC. Is that a lie, or am I a liar?
I don't feel like Bill Gates had nothing. I'd like to think he had something to contribute, at least to 1980. So I'm going to go, it's a lie. I think you're a liar.
That actually did happen.
Ooh, wow.
True story. And he signed a non-exclusive deal so he could use the MS-DOS on other PCs. Unbelievable. Your next question on an easy game to understand, liar, liar. Here we go. British businessman Reginald P. Bunting convinced several investors in London that he had acquired the rights to rent out sections of the Great Wall of China as luxury picnic spots for aristocrats traveling through Asia. Victorian high society began boasting about their Great Wall weekends, and an entire niche economy formed around what was called wallside hampers or Great Wall wine tastings. Bunting made over 8,000 pounds on the scheme, which is over $1 million in today's money, before being caught when travelers finally made the journey back from China. Is that a real lie that Bunting told, or am I a liar?
I have never heard of this, and I think it would be cute, but I think you're a liar.
You think I'm a liar, and you're correct.
There you go.
Savannah, you're on the board. I'm a liar. That ain't happening. I don't think Reginald P. Bunting's a real person.
Great Wall Weekends is a
Great
great
Wall Weekends.
title, though.
Yeah.
Love that.
Wine on the wall? Come
Wine
on,
on the
get out of
wall.
here. You get it. Here we go. Your next question, you're a liar, liar. In 1927, a New Jersey farmer named Elmer Cogswell planted several large limestone blocks in a cornfield, then slowly unearthed them each day, claiming he'd discovered an ancient American pyramid. The sensational journalism of the day picked up the story, and tourists began showing up to walk through the Cogswell's self-proclaimed pyramid excavation site. Cogswell's ruse was successfully lucrative for almost a month until a Harvard archaeologist took the tour and immediately caught on to a labeled cursed scarab that was composed of peanut shells. Is that a real lie by Cogswell, or am I a liar?
This is so difficult. I'm going to go with you're a liar again.
She's going to go with I'm a liar again, and she's correct again.
Wow.
Savannah's on to it. She can tell even when I'm reading when I'm lying. Savannah, nicely done. You got 2 right. You need 3 more for that fanny pack. Here's your next question here on Liar Liar. In 1504, Christopher Columbus and his crew were stranded in Jamaica for 6 months. Tensions grew between his crew and the natives of the land. Columbus had read the latest European almanac, and he knew that there was a total eclipse of the moon coming soon. He told the Jamaicans that his Christian God was angry and would take away their moon were they not given provisions to set sail again. The bluff worked when the moon started disappearing, and Columbus and his crew continued along their journey. Is that a real lie, or am I a liar?
I am actually familiar with this, and that is a real lie.
It is a real lie by that snake in the grass, Christopher Columbus.
How about
Not
that?
the first, not the only, not the last that he told.
Can you
That's right.
can you imagine being in that situation and not not having the information that he has about this eclipse coming,
Yeah.
and then it starts, dude?
Brutal. That's right.
Take it all.
All
Go.
right. Savannah, your next question here on Liar Liar. During World War II, with the help of Alan Turing and a basic computer function, the Allies broke every code of the Axis powers, both in Germany and Japan. Instead of using this broken code to immediately take advantage, the Allies decided to never attack without a cover story or happenstance of a spy plane being in the area or something similar. They didn't actually reveal that they'd successfully broken the code until 1974, almost 30 years after the war was over. Is that a lie, or am I a liar?
Well, I feel like it was probably used after that. I'm going to go with you're a liar.
She's going to go with I'm a liar. It was a real thing that happened. They broke the enigma and actually let a lot of people die to keep the code breaking a secret in order to win the war. A fascinating story of code breaking and Alan Turing. Imitation Game, a great movie.
Great movie. You know what? Shout out to all the code breakers out there.
Shout out to the code breakers. Shout out to the Imitation Game. You know what I mean? All right. Well,
shout out.
It's not time to hit the panic button just yet.
No.
I said, it sounds like a goat is dying.
That's the panic button.
The panic button. It's not time to hit that button. It's not time to hit it.
My bad.
You got 3
My
right.
bad.
All you need to do is get 2 of these last 3 correct. You got yourself a fanny pack. Here we go. In an effort to impress European powers in 1869 with its scientific advancements, the Russian Empire claimed it had successfully counted every bear in Siberia. The bluff was published in several major European newspapers and quoted exact figures down to the single bear, 14,382 bears. In truth, no such count had taken place.
What?
The number was derived by dividing the estimated number of trees per square mile by Tsar Alexander II's lucky number. The Russian Empire believed this would strike fear into Western Europe, but instead it turned out no one cared. Is that a lie, or am I a liar?
Really funny, but I think it's a lie.
She thinks it's a lie, and she is correct. She thinks I was a liar. That's what she said. Yeah, she thinks it's a lie. It's confusing, liar. Either for the host.
Don't ask for
That
clarification.
is not a true story.
Yes.
And she got it right.
Yeah, you know what? I like this. I like this story, though. I
It's a
like
fun
the
story.
idea of somebody being like, yeah, we got 14,382 brown bears.
It's a fun story. That's right.
Fight me.
All
What are you
right.
going to do?
So let me set the stage on this super confusing game. Liar. We're talking about liars. That's the whole episode. What I'm reading, is it a real lie that someone actually told, or am I a liar for trying to tell you that and it's actually not a real lie, it's a fake lie by me? Smooth,
Clear as crystal,
no problem. Savannah needs 1 more right. We have 2 more left. That's
Okay.
where we are.
Good
Savannah,
odds.
here we go. In 1857, newspapers in St. Louis, Missouri, reported that a traveling showman had released a man-eating shark into the Mississippi River as part of a publicity stunt for his aquatic terror spectacular. Though entirely fabricated, no shark had ever been seen or released in the Mississippi River. The rumor sparked such a frenzy, riverboats refused to dock without shark spotters, and children were forbidden to swim even in shallow creeks. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers dispatched a team to observe river salinity levels to see if there even was a possibility of a shark living in the Mississippi River, and they declared it incompatible with shark life. But the public wasn't convinced for quite some time, with the last newspaper reporting sightings of the shark happening over 20 years later. Is that a lie, or am I lying to you?
Oh, man. I'm going to go with you're lying to me.
I'm lying to you. Savannah is correct.
Yes.
That's 5 right.
Our producer's standing up.
Standing up. This is a really hard game, but not hard for Savannah. Not her.
Incredible.
She crushed it. No lie. Savannah, you are the proud owner of a Who What Win fanny
Wow. How do you feel right now, Savannah?
I'm ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Pickens, South Carolina. Fanny packs being sent your way. What are you going to do with that fanny pack, Savannah? What are you going to put in it?
Probably chopstick.
Yep. You honestly,
Yeah.
I've seen these fanny packs. You could put a few. We did do the math. It is 14,382
That's right.
chapsticks.
Chapsticks. Savannah, congratulations. Thanks for playing with us here on Who What Win.
Great. Thank you.
And we're not lying when we we say that we're sad to wrap up this episode about Famous Liars. Thanks again to our callers Savannah and Alan for playing with us. And congratulations again to Savannah for being this week's Who What When champion.
Our producer is A.T. Shire. Our executive producer is Sean Birch, who once cut down a cherry tree and famously said, "I cannot tell a lie." This show is a production of South Carolina Public Radio and is made possible in part by listener contributions to the ETV Endowment of South Carolina.
Join us on a future episode of Who What When. Just call or text us at 803-470-6347 or send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
You can find out more about the show at our website, whowhatwhenshow.org.
And you can listen to extended versions of the show on your favorite podcasting app or through your smart speaker.
I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. Join us again next week for more history games and trivia right here on Who What When.